Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. If you're passionate about South African politics and want the truth behind the headlines, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive into the political storms shaping our nation. Today, we are diving into a jaw-dropping revelation that's sending ripples through South Africa's political opposition. Former President Jacob Zuma has taken the gloves off, and this time, the target of his fire is none other than Floyd Shivambu, the deputy president of the Economic Freedom Fighters. In a cultural heritage gathering held at his Nkandla residence, Zuma made some serious claims that have left the political world buzzing. Speaking to a crowd of traditional leaders, members of his MK party, and the press, Zuma alleged that Shivambu is involved in, quote, many wrong things, shady dealings known to insiders but allegedly kept from the public to avoid causing embarrassment. Let's unpack that, because the implications are massive. Zuma's comment came in response to a question about the ongoing tension between himself and the leadership of the EFF. Now remember, both the EFF and Zuma's newly formed MK party are opposition movements critical of the ANC. At one stage, many even saw them as potential allies against the ruling establishment. But clearly, those days are long gone. Zuma didn't hold back. He stated, and I quote, Floyd has many wrong things going on, things that are known in certain circles. But because the National Heritage Council is a responsible institution, it decided not to embarrass him in public. They protected him, not because he deserved it, but because we must lead with dignity. That's a heavy statement. While Zuma stopped short of listing the alleged misdeeds, the mere fact that he's implying there's a whole record, of misconduct that's being swept under the carpet should alarm anyone following the EFF's rise in South African politics. The suggestion is clear, there's damaging material, and institutions like the NHC are sitting on it. Now, who is the National Heritage Council? It's a statutory body that deals with the preservation and promotion of South Africa's cultural heritage. It's not usually in the political spotlight, which makes Zuma's accusation even more startling. Why would the NHC, of all bodies, have sensitive information about a political figure like Shivambu? And why would they feel the need to shield him? Some political analysts believe that Zuma may be using this as leverage, a warning shot, suggesting that if the EFF continues to criticize him or his MK party, he might just spill the beans. This comes shortly after Floyd Shivambu took a strong swipe at Zuma. Just last week, Shivambu accused Zuma of undermining democratic institutions and attempting to rewrite history to suit his personal legacy. He also warned that the MK party's growing influence poses a threat to unity among opposition parties, especially those claiming to stand for radical economic transformation. Zuma responded with visible frustration, saying, the young man speaks too much without understanding the weight of what he says. We have tried to be patient, but some truths may soon need to be told. That's a serious threat from a man known for playing the long game in politics. What's even more interesting is the broader context here. With the 2026 municipal elections on the horizon, political positioning is intensifying. The EFF and the MK party are now rivals in key provinces like Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal. In these battlegrounds, every vote counts, and the fight for dominance among opposition parties is growing nastier by the day. The EFF, under Julius Malema and Floyd Shivambu, has built its brand on radical rhetoric, anti-corruption stances, and appeals to the youth. But Zuma's recent comments suggest that some within the EFF may not be as clean as they portray themselves. If Zuma has real evidence of misconduct, and if he chooses to go public with it, it could shake the very foundation of the EFF's credibility. At the same time, we need to be cautious. Zuma himself is no stranger to controversy. His presidency was mired in scandal, from the infamous Nkandla upgrades to state capture inquiries. Some might argue that Zuma is using this moment not to expose the truth but to divert attention from his own mounting political battles. But here's the catch: whether or not Zuma is doing this out of revenge or genuine concern, his words carry weight. His influence in KwaZulu-Natal remains strong, and the MK party is gaining ground in areas where the ANC and EFF have traditionally held sway. Any major scandal involving a top EFF leader like Shivambu could be the final blow to opposition unity in South Africa. And let's not ignore the silence of the National Heritage Council. So far, they haven't issued a single statement addressing Zuma's claims. That silence is deafening. If there's no truth to what Zuma said, you'd expect the NHC to come out and categorically deny the allegations. But their refusal to comment only adds fuel to the speculation that there's more to this story than meets the eye. So what could these wrong things be? We're not going to engage in speculation here, but let's just say that in South African politics, silence usually means smoke, and where there's smoke, there's often fire. Let's also talk about the human side of this. Floyd Shivambu isn't just a political figure, he's one of the EFF's key strategists and policy minds. A blow to his credibility is a blow to the EFF's intellectual and ideological strength. Julius Malema may be the voice, but Shivambu is often seen as the brain. If his image is tainted, it could trigger a leadership crisis within the party, just as we move toward a critical election season. At the end of the day, this is not just a personal spat between two high-profile figures. This is a battle for the future of South Africa's opposition movement. The ANC may be weakened, but if the opposition can't get its house in order, or worse, if it begins to implode due to internal secrets and rivalries, the ruling party may continue to dominate simply by default. So here's what we'll be watching in the coming weeks. Will the NHC finally break its silence? Will Zuma make good on his threat to reveal more about Floyd Shivambu? And how will the EFF respond, with denial, counterattacks, or silence? Whatever happens, we'll be right here to break it down for you, giving you the facts, the context, and the analysis mainstream media often won't touch. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, give it a thumbs up, drop your thoughts in the comments, especially if you're from Gauteng or KZN and seeing the effects of this political shift firsthand, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more uncensored political commentary from the heart of South Africa. See you next time.